In this chapter, we've been covering Android Studio configuration settings. In this section, we'll be covering the editor. To adjust the editor settings, select File, Settings, the Editor, and off to the right you can see a number of choices. Now, this is a tremendous area to work with because it completely controls how we work within our Android Studio environment. There are so many options that we cannot cover them all, but I will briefly show you all of our choices, and you can play with this as much as you'd like to refine how you work within Android Studio. So here, this is just about the mouse and scrolling and different limits and so forth. One thing in particular I like here is the limit section about maximum number of contents to keep in the clipboard and the recent files limit, also the console command history size. I like to have large numbers for the command history size and also the recent files, and the clipboard also for that matter. In case I make lots of mistakes, I always have options. If we expand the editor, we have a Smart Keys section. You'll need to review this at your own pace, but it gives you control of how the Smart Keys work and matching and so forth. The appearance, we have a Colors and Fonts section. If you select that directly, you'll see that we are on a scheme name called Chris Scheme. Now, I adjusted that before because the font didn't give me the font that I needed. You can see how small the font is. If I go back to Chris Scheme, it's large enough. I didn't want default. I wanted something that everybody could see. In the general section, we have basic folded text, deleted text. You can see what that looks like here. Language defaults, see all the options available. We have console colors. These are your choices. The console font, a custom section for keywords, the debugger settings for breakpoint line, execution point, recursive calls. There's options off to the right that you can modify. The Java section, specifically for working with Java, the keyword, the number, the strings, and so forth. The Android Logcat, how that appears. Groovy, HTML, properties, regular expressions. Again, the editor settings gives you the ability to modify the appearance and some of the usages. XML, doing diffs, how that appears. File status, scope-based information. Editor tabs, your code folding settings, your code completion settings. There's also the auto import section, and then finally the postfix completion. Now this is huge, and it gives you a tremendous amount of control with editing.